Hey guys, thanks for joining me for Learn to Play Games. We're here at Gen-con 2017. This is day 3, about midday already, and I'm here with Keith going over some of Iello's brand new games this year. So what do you guys have this year that's hot and new?
We actually have two, I'll call imminent releases.
Okay.
They're on the boat now, so be out in about a month. But we got Mountains of Madness by Rob Daviau, so
Okay.
people pretty excited about that.
Definitely.
Based on the H.P. Lovecraft novella. We also have Bunny Kingdom, which is Richard Garfield, another prominent designer.
Man.
And that's drafting and territory control game.
Okay.
Good, solid, medium weight game. So very excited for both of those. And then we've got a sneak peek at a game called The Crypto.
Okay.
We're working with Mass Scorpion out of Canada for that one. It's a nice little $20, I'd call it a party game, but I guess it's along the lines of, say, code names, maybe a little Dixit mixed in. So little thinking party game, I
All right.
guess.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and take a closer look at each one of these games.
All right. Mountains of Madness by Rob Daviau, 3 to 5 player game. It's roughly an hour of gameplay. For me, one of the most pretty boxes, I think, coming out. I love looking at that. Beautifully set up. And the components are beautiful as well. So in the game, the players work their way through the H.P. Lovecraft novella, Mountains of Madness. The thing that is unique that Daviau's been able to capture is the players, as the characters in the story, actually get to experience going mad. And that's something I don't know of any other game that's done. You're going to take turns being leader. You've got a little airplane token, which is your marker as you work your way up the mountain, and then you'll be trying to exit off. But during the course of the game, as you go from tile to tile, it'll give you certain criteria that you have to fulfill. And you fulfill that from cards in the player's hands. The trick is everybody starts off just a little mad, but they get crazier as the game begins. So you'll have a card that might say, every time somebody talks to you, you have to say, "Is that right?" And since the game is really about communication, effective communication, and timely communication, everything that throws you off really works against you. So you've got a 30-second timer to communicate your needs for that particular tile card that you're trying to get past, and then execute it. So 30 seconds to talk based on your limitations for your madness, execute what you have to get done, and then resolve it, see how you did. If you don't make it through that tile, you roll the dice, you might get more madness cards, you might lose some of your leadership tokens, which give you special perks during the game, and you can also incur injury. As you work your way up the board, one of the clever things they even did with the cards is the cards themselves start to change. So talk about the needs of the game. You might need crates or pickaxes, and they're certain colors. But as you move up the board, the colors on those items start to change, and even when you get to the very top, they're kind of blurry. You don't even really see colors. So the game itself goes mad as you escalate the mountain and try to work your way out. Each player gets a turn order marker, which is pretty clever. Shows you what you got to do for each turn, and pretty clearly outlines your manner of play. You've got relics that you're trying to collect as you go up, and as long as you're able to exit the mountain with more relics than you have injuries, you're going to succeed at the game. But the whole communication, that's where it's at.
Looks like a really exciting game. Can't wait to try this one out.
It is great. Bunny Kingdom, Richard Garfield, art by Paul Maffillon, who did Welcome to the Dungeon. So some beautiful, beautiful art on the cards. This is a card drafting and territory control game. 2 to 4 players. It's roughly a 45-minute game. The board is divided into 100 squares, so a 10 by 10 grid, which are your territories. What you're trying to do is connect those territories by playing cards. You're going to start with a hand of 10 to 12 cards. You're going to keep 2, lay them down, pass your remaining cards to the player on your left or right, depending on the round. From there, you take 2 more cards and you work your way around till all those cards have been used up. That's going to start to build your fiefs, which are connected territories. what you're trying to do is make fiefs that are the most valuable, and that will be based on cities. The value of the cities are what they use with the towers. So this city only has a value of 1, a strength of 1. But if you're able to get a city with 2 towers, a little stronger yet, and then there are also certain territories that automatically produce goods. So forests produce wood, harbor places produce fish, harvested fields produce corn or carrots, and then your strength of your fief will be the number of towers multiplied by the number of produced goods. So if you have 3 produced goods, 3 towers, that's going to be a 9 value fief. So at the beginning of the game, everything you're playing is very disjointed, unconnected. So you're going to have values of 1 and 2. But as the game progresses, if you can start connecting things, your values are going to jump exponentially, and that will be your point. So you're going to do that drafting and playing phase 4 times. At the end of that, most points will win. Other things you'll be able to do, in addition to grabbing territories, upgrading to cities, upgrading to fields that will produce goods, collecting parchments, which are special missions from the king, that will get you additional points at game's end. Whoever has the most carrots, which is the money of the game, wins at the end. Prove whether you're truly heir to the throne.
Hello, this is Decrypto. This is a game from Mask Scorpion. We're an editor in Quebec based in Montreal, and we're a partner with Iello in the US. This is a game that will be released QA next year. So this is for now a prototype. We're working on it. It should be ready soon. This is a game about communication and security, because you have to protect your communication. In this game, you have 2 teams, the white hat team and the black hat team. And each team has to communicate internally some information. So you have an information to send to your teammates, but you have to do that securely. You have to encrypt your communication, encrypt the data, so that the other team won't intercept it. So how do you do that? This is the kind of information you will have to send. This is a sequence of number, and this is the information you have to make guess to your team. In this example, we have 2, 4, 3. To do that, I will have a state-of-the-art computer with keywords. So there are a lot of different key cards with keywords. They are encrypted too. In this example, we have father that is linked to the number 1, language linked to the number 2, Renaissance linked to the number 3, and chocolate linked to the number 4. So, if I want my team to guess 2, 4, 3, I will give clues that are related to these words. So 2 is language, 4 chocolate, and 3 Renaissance. So maybe my clues could be English, cake, English cake, and Italy. If I say that to my teammates, I have a pretty good chance that they get that the sequence is 2, 4, 3, because they see these words. But the other team, they don't see it. The other team have their own keywords. They don't see ours. But they are listening to what we are saying, and they will write down every clue. So they will have a stack of clues, and after a few rounds, they will start to have an idea of what are your keywords, and they will start to intercept your information. For example, if for father I said Darth Vader, and after that I said dad, and after that I said daughter, they will have a pretty good idea that we are in the family business. So next time I said a word that is related to the family or to the father business, they will know that it is number 1. If they succeed in having the right sequence, they will win a white token. When you have 2 white tokens, you win the game. So I will have to have more complicated clues. Maybe I will try to mislead them with something vague. But if I am too vague, it would be not good for my team because they won't get it. If I use an obscure Japanese movie from the 50s to explain where there is a father struggling for his life, maybe they won't have it because they won't know this movie. And if they don't understand and they don't guess the right sequence, we're having a black marker. When we're having two black markers, we lose the game. It's over. So it's all about walking on a fine line where we give clues that are vague enough, misleading enough, so that the other team is not intercepting the code, but easy enough for my teammates to find with the keywords.
All right, so thank you so much, Keith, for taking me through those games. They look really fantastic. Mountains of Madness looks like it's a lot of fun and a lot of madness. So for you guys, I will be doing teaching videos for both of these, so look for those in the future. I can't wait to dive into those games. They look fantastic, and I've heard nothing but great things about both of them. And so thank you so much, Keith, for showing me those games.
Thank you, Lance. Yeah, both games, Mountains and Bunny Kingdom on the boat. So we're looking at probably end of September for a street date. Might get pushed a week or so. And then the crypto will be early next year. So all three of those fantastic. And of course, Gen-con50, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep up here. Thank you for making the time to come out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And so you guys definitely wait for those titles at the store. They are coming to you soon, and we'll see you later. Thank you.